Hello everyone, and today I bring you guys all the quests from 1 to 100. So you can actually just have all the quests here. You will also have a link directly to a website where you can directly see step by step each quest. So it will save you a lot of time searching for the quests for your level. And so let's dive into that. So as you guys can see, I did a whole list of all the quests from 1 to 100. So you guys just need to click, for example, you are doing this quest and you just click on the link and then you'll directly go to the website, okay? Then you come here and you come to the Dofus pour le noob website. This is a French website, okay? So, but you can always translate here to English. And I always had such a big of a problem because sometimes the titles of the quests are super different from what they are English to French. And so even if you translate, it will not be similar. And because of that, sometimes it was actually super hard. And for that reason, I actually did Word just putting all the English quests, and then you can just have the link and you come directly to the achievement quest line or to the directly quest that you need to do, okay? Besides that, I also made a few things that made it easier for you to understand when it's a Dofus. For example, in this case, if it's a different color in the beginning, it's because you're doing a certain Dofus. For example, this one here in gray, it's because you're doing this Dofus silver. So it's the prerequisites for you to get the Dofus silver. In this case, the green emerald is for you to do the Dofus emerald. And in here, this one is for you to do the Cawott, all the quests that are related to the Cawott. And then you also have, for example, the Dofus Watchers, that is the Dofus that you can get also at level 100, so, okay? So you will have access to this Word document in my Discord. You just need to join my Discord and there will be a channel there called Tips and Tools, and there will be this thing here and also other types of tools that can help you. Also diverse websites that can help you in your adventure, and also I will show you in the end of this video some websites that can also help you in your progression, because in here I'm just showing you all the quests from 1 to 100, but some people are more interested what is the more efficient way to progress in the game, and so there is a website that actually shows that really well. But besides that, I will also do a video showing how I progressed to level 1 to 60, not just about experience, but also making commas. It will be a bit hard because it's a beta. I'll kind of replicate what I did in the beta phase 1, but more importantly, just for you guys to have an idea of what is to progress efficiently in the game, okay? So I'll now show you these quests where you can get them in the game. So here we are in the game. Here is the Mariana Hut, which is basically the main place where you'll find the main quest lines for the Dofus, like the Primordial Dofus, the Dofus Emerald, the Crimson, the Turquoise, the Ochre, the Ebony, and the Ivory. If you click on your U key, or you come here to the achievements, you'll open this tab and you come to quests, and then you come to main quest lines, okay? So these are all the quests that you can have in the game, but I will focus now in the ones that are from 1 to 100. So starting off with the first ones in the document, you have the Adventure Time, which is the main quest that you can get in Incarnam, and you also have the Incarnam quest that you need to do basically all these things. I also have a video, I will leave it here so you guys can check it out if you guys want. And besides that, you also have all these Astrub quest lines that belongs to the main quest lines. So in order to do this quest, you need to do the Adventure Time, they are connected, and if you finish everything, you get the Dofus. But you also need to do the Astrubian track, which is all the quests in Astrub. So it's basically a side quest line, and it basically includes all the quests that you can find in Astrub that are related to this thing here, okay? So continuing here with the main quest line, after these two, then you have the But Where Are the Dofus? This one here is basically like a prerequisite for you to start all the Primordial Dofus. After you finish this and you have the level to access to these Dofus here, then you get access to all these Dofus here. So you can start basically the quest line of these Dofus. So this quest line here starts from level 30 to 40, okay? And then the Green Emerald starts at level 45, but goes until level 120. So you can start a bit if you like, you can level up, and according that you get more powerful, you'll start doing more and more of these quests. And there is a quest that is a bit annoying, which is you need to breed 2 Drago Turkeys, and that takes some time. So it's important, if you already already have the power for it, to try to get already these 2 Drago turkeys and try to get their stats good and in order to breed. I'll also do a video on how can you do this, or how can you breed your mounts, because it's essential for you to do this quest here, which is actually the first primordial Dofus that you'll get in the game. Besides this, it's also very important, if you come a bit down, you'll see here this quest here, around the world in 27 dungeons. This quest line here, you can get it in the entrance of the Fields dungeon, of the Sunflower Barn dungeon. Why is it very important? Because you'll get access to free experience and free kamas. So whenever you do a dungeon, you'll just get an extra reward from it because you're doing the quest. And as you can see, you get a lot of kamas once you complete everything, but this quest line here goes from level 20 to level 180, I think, or 200. So it takes a lot of time, but inside of these quests, there are a lot of small steps, and in these steps you already get a lot of rewards, okay? Besides that, you can also start another quest line related to the dungeons, and it's the Dungeons 1st edition. This one here, it's a compilation of all of these ones here. So unlike this one that you have a lot of dungeons in each quest, this one has a quest line, and each quest, it's a unique dungeon. So the foam dungeon in this case is the Sand Castle dungeon, then this one is the Key Crouch dungeon, and in this one you have a lot of dungeons already in the first quest and then on the second quest as well. And so this one here, you need to do all of these ones, and you cannot start this one if you didn't do all of these ones. So this one is a continuation of this one here, okay? So it's important that you always have these 2 quest lines open and running, and always try to follow the dungeons that you have this quest. So if it appears for you that you need to do the Key Crouch dungeon, try to avoid to do others dungeons, because you will eventually then need to do also the dungeons that you are doing. For example, imagine if you have the Key Crouch dungeon and then you're going to do the Smith dungeon. You'll get the Smith dungeon further on in the quest line. I think it's in this one or in this one. So you're basically losing time because you'll have to repeat again the same dungeon. So try always to follow the order of the dungeons so you don't have to repeat them again. And talking about that, if you come here to the Kingdom of Amakna, you will have this quest line that is basically the same. Once you start this quest, you need to do a few steps, but this quest here, you need to kill the Bustache, this one you need to kill the Quaka, and this one you need to kill the Cannibal. So whenever in the other quest lines of the dungeons you get the quest to kill the Bustache or the Quaka or the Cannibal, it's better if you also have these quests here activated. So you also do 2 quests in one go. But as you have in my world, it's basically in order of level, but in general, all the Kingdom of Amakna quest lines, they are very low level, so they go from level 20 to 50 or so. And so if you like to do quests, this is a perfect quest line for you, because you'll have a lot of quests to do in here, and they're actually quite funny, some of them. For example, one of them you need to choose between lying to the king or to plot against the king. Just this one here, which is basically the last end game quest that you have in the game, I will not recommend you to do because it's a level 200 dungeon, even though the first quests are level 70s or 80s, something like that. Another really cool quest line that you can do at level 30s and 40s, it's the bwork quest line. So the first one is the Goblin quest line, which is a bit easier, it's a lower level, and they're actually super cool. I really like these quest lines because mainly this one was kind of reformulated recently, so it's quite cool to do. And you also eventually have to do, I think, the Gob Academy in this dungeon, and this one the Bork dungeon. So you'll also have the dungeons quest line that you'll have to do both these dungeons. So if you already are doing them in here, you can already do again 2 quests in one go. Another quest lines for really low level are the first ones from Sufokia, these Assesi Air and this Sufokan together. Both of them, they are very low level. They are, for example, from level 25 to 35 or 40, something like that. And so if you want to just get XP by doing some quests, in this one you also kill some Scarleaf. I don't know if you do actually the dungeon in this quest line, but it's always nice to do, mainly if you don't have much to do, if you don't like to kill mobs to get experience or kamas, you can always do these quests and you'll get a few kamas. But each quest gives you kamas and also experience, okay? So it will not be just 2000 kamas, because each quest will give you a certain amount of kamas. Then you have the otomai quest line. So this first one here, it will allow you to go to the Otomai Island, so you need to do these 2 quests and then you can go to the Otomai Island. Then you have this one, which is the first quest, it's a level 40, and the second one is a level 65, so you can already do the first one and it will give you quite a good experience. If you also want to get pretty much free experience, you can also do the Frigost main quest line. So it's not found here in the Frigost Island quest line, but it's found in the main quest. So if you come here to the main quest and then you just go a bit down until you find frigost. These 3 quests are pretty much free. Like the first one, you just need to go in the boat, then have more 2 quests. Some are a bit more level, so level 80 or something like that. But nevertheless, you can already get them because I'm pretty sure that you don't need to kill much if you have to kill something at all. But if you need, it's something actually quite easy to kill. You can even kill it while being lower level. And you can get actually really good experience and really good commas pretty much for free. Another really cool questline that I like to do, but all the things that I'm showing here, for example, the map to go there and stuff like that, everything will be in the link that is associated to the questline in the Word document, okay? So you can just click there and see where the questline starts. Even though it's in French, you can translate it to English. And then even if you don't understand easily, and then if you don't really understand what some words can say, they have a lot of pictures, it's really easy to understand. I always use it Dofus pour la noob, and I did pretty much all the quests in the game. I never had really much problem with it. They actually do a really good work in the website. But a really cool questline that I like to do, it's this one here, which is the children watching snowflakes. So this one you can find in the Valonia archipelago. So this one, it actually starts in here. So it's this island here. You can get the boat in Madres Tam Harbor. So in here, basically, you can come here and boat to Albuera, and then you go to the Valonia archipelago, and this island here is called the Albuera. And so you have a lot of quests here. It's basically the quest line in here, and it's level 50, the quest line. So it's a really cool quest line to do, and it will give you also some resources if you want to do, for example, the Albuera equipments. Then if you're already level 50 or 60, you can already start with the Wabbit quests. So you come here to the Wabbit island, and then you just need to do this one, this one, this one, and this one. So pretty much these 3 quest lines, they go from level 40, 45 to level 80, so the last ones are level 80. So it's a very easy and very quick Dofus for you to get. It gives you 60 wisdom, and wisdom gives you more experience, so I'll for sure do these Dofus once I have the level. It's pretty quick. The only problem is that there are a lot of tunnels in the island, and you can get a bit lost. It's really like a labyrinth, but in this Dofus pour la noob, you actually have access to everything. They show you all the paths to the places where you need to go in the quest, so it's really good for you to just check it out while you're doing the Dofus. It's really practical. For example, for me, I don't need, because I've been doing these Dofus for so many times, but in the beginning it was so bad because you get lost so easily, but having these external helps really help a lot. And then after the Dofus, you can always continue with these 2 quest lines here. They also like very easy to do, level 50 or 60 to level 80, and so you can also do them to get extra experience and extra commas. And then if you do every single quest line, you can even get an ornament, and the ornament, it's basically what stays behind your name. For example, it says here Zekalfra with just a black square behind, but you can have like a whole different things depending on the ornament that you're using. It doesn't really give you anything, it's just like a static thing. So if you finish the Wabbit Island and you're already level 80, you can already start the Moon Island, and the Moon Island starts at a level 50, so you can even do both at the same time, because the Moon Island starts with kind of low level at level 50, but then goes up to level 100. And you come here to the Moon Island, and you just need to do basically these 5 quests. It's also super fast, and this Dofus, it's actually one of the best Dofus that you can get early game. It gives you 10% of your health every 3 turns. It doesn't seem much, but it's actually quite a lot. It just keeps you giving like HP, so you can kind of stall sometimes some fight just to get some HP and then go back again to the fight to finish the mobs, for example. And then if you do all of these, which are basically some extra quests to the Dokoko, then you can get also the ornament of the island, which is actually super cool. Going back to the Otomai island, this quest line here, you already have some quests that are kind of low level. You have one at level 40, one at level 45, one at level 90, and 120 and 150. So they kind of scale really quick, but you can already do the first ones if you want to get already some extra experience or extra commas and you don't know what to do. You can just come here and do the first ones, okay? Between the level 65 and 85, you have a few quests that you can do in the Koalak region. It's not much, unfortunately, but there are actually some quests that are not in the achievements that you can find in the region. But if you come here to the Koalak, you just like these three quests. They go from level 65 to level 85. But if you go to the region of the Koalak and you open your map, there will be some exclamation marks. And these exclamation marks are basically quests that are available in the region. So you just can go there and gather some other quests if you like. But this zone is between 65 to 85. After these, and after you get to level 80, you have a lot of different quests that you can do. You can go, for example, to the Ohwimy region, which is the desert region of Dofus, and it's basically in here. So you can also get the boat from the Madrestam harbor in the same place where you can get the one to go to the Albuera island. And so in here, it's the same process. You just come to here to the Ohwimy, and this first quest line, the Full of Spice, which has a lot of quests, and all of them have level 80. And also in the middle of this quest, you'll have to do one dungeon, which is the dungeon, or the first dungeon of the Ohwimy region, and this dungeon will also be in the dungeons quest line. If you have the two quests already at the same step, or at killing the dungeon, the same dungeon, you also do two quests in just one dungeon. Then to get access to this part of the bog in the Otomai island, you need to do a few quests, and the quests are basically found in the bridge, okay? It's one quest here and one quest here, but besides that, you also have a few quests inside of the bog region, and these quests are from level 80 to 100, and you can just go to the Otomai island again and then go to bog standard. As you can see here, the Deaf Bridge Keeper and the Black and Pink Knights are the two quests to cross the two bridges in that region, and then you have two more that are inside of the region. So it's actually a really good quest for you to get extra experience and extra commas. They are really easy to do. Pretty much this one and this one are basically instant as long as you know what to answer. And these two here are also pretty quick to do. Once you get to level 100 or even already at level 80, you can start as well doing your next Dofus, which is the Watcher's Dofus, and this one you can find as well in the main quest line. And this one you can find if you scroll a bit down. Sometimes it's a bit hard to find what you want, but you can just go a bit now, and this one here, an Odyssey in 3 dimensions. So this one here, the Watcher's Dofus, it gives you 20 AP parry, nothing really special, but when the barrier ends their turn, it heals all allies in line with the barrier. So it's quite nice, can heal you quite a lot, your allies, alongside the Dokoko, makes you and your team quite indestructible. And you just need to come here and check view. You also have the quests in my Word document, you can just click in the links, but it's basically these 4 quest lines here, okay? Each one of these 3 quest lines will get you to a different dimension. So there are divine dimensions in the game. Each divine dimension corresponds to a god. There are just 4 at the moment. And this one, the first one, you'll get to the Enurad, which is the Enutrof divine dimension. Then you have the one for the Zram dimension, and then you have one for the Zelor dimension. All of the 3 are super beautiful. They are really super interesting places. And then we have the 4th quest line, which is the compilation of all of them. And then once you finish that, then you'll have the Dofus. And that's pretty much everything. You have all the quests from level 1 to 100 displaced here. Myself, I always do the Wabbit, the Cawott Dofus, and also the Dokoko. I think I found those 2 very, very important. And I also think that I will also do the Watcher's Dofus. And besides that, all these quests that seem a bit irrelevant, that are just don't belong to any Dofus, they normally belong to a prerequisite to a Dofus that you'll get at level 180 or 200. So if you already do them, it will be basically one less step that you'll have to do in the future. So just to finish the video, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you come here to my Discord channel and you come here to the tips and tools, you'll see the websites for quests. If you scroll here to the second one, dofusplanet.french.fr, you click on it, and then you'll have a place here, also you have to translate to English, but you'll have this option here for optimized order. In this place here, you can see basically what people normally do and how they optimize their time, their commas, their experience, and what they normally do. For example, in here, allow you to have a base, discover your class, and then you have all the quests that normally people do. Then you go to the next one, you see here also the world tour, which is the quest line that you'll get, and the other quest line, and you see which dungeons you will need. Then you click here as well, and you see a bunch of different things that you could need. For example, for the Astrub quest lines, for example, This is a bit confusing and some things are not really updated, and that's why I will also do a video showing my opinion and my progress and how I actually did the 20 million commas in a bit less than 2 weeks in the first beta phase. But I was not the fastest guy to get more level, so when I was level 170, the first guy got to level 200, so I was not the fastest person to get to level 200, but I think I was one of the persons that I had the most commas and level at the same time. So in my opinion, I had a good balance between having a lot of commas and having a good level as well. And in my opinion, I think that's how you really get the best experience in Dofus. It's not really just getting level and then you get to level 200 and you don't have any sets. Or you get just to have commas but you're still level 1 and you can't really enjoy the game and progress with time. So let me know in the comments what did you guys think. Also, if you have any other ideas for other videos, please comment below. We also reached 1000 subscribers, so thank you so much for subscribing and watching my channel. But if you're not subscribed but you like my content, please subscribe and see you next time.